Hey there, it is Tuesday and we're going to talk about abundance. I would love to know if you're here with me live, and if you're watching the replay, welcome. I'm so excited that you're here. Today we're going to be talking about, are you blocking abundance unknowingly? Is that what you're doing? So we can actually block our abundance unknowingly. And if you've taken the free mini course, then you've probably discovered some of your blocks. Maybe there's others that you still want to discover. But we can block our abundance by, one, literally the limiting beliefs that we've held. So that's one way we can unconsciously do some blocks. I'm going to talk about some real world techniques too, but we can block receiving unknowingly in our energy system. So this can be by limiting beliefs, old stories that we've held on to, and some of the most popular, unfortunately, blocks that I've seen spiritually sensitive souls have, it really boils down to their value of themselves. It really boils down to their worthiness. So what happens is you might see, that's too expensive, I can't pay that. Or, whoo, that person's greedy. Or they might say spiritual things should be for free. Whatever that is, it's really just a projection upon this other person or this other energy. And it's a reflection back to the person because they don't know their own value. So it's really important that you work on value and worthiness, because we don't even know we need to most of the time. And what happens is spirits say, I don't need any money. I'm not motivated by money. That's great. I'm not really motivated by money either. Like, it's the stuff behind the abundance. And so when I talk about abundance, we talk about money, we talk about relationships, we talk about joy, happiness, freedom, whatever it is that you really want an abundance of. And the universal law works with your intention and your energy. So with your abundance, I mean, it could be an abundance of great, amazing things, or it could be an abundance of not so great, amazing things. So you really have to work on what's in your energy system so that you can shift and start attracting more of the abundance of the things that you truly do desire. And if you truly desire these certain things in your life, but your energy doesn't feel like you're worthy of it, like if there's a deep down thing of, I'm not worthy of it, or other people should have it, I don't want to take, I don't want to be selfish. If there's a deep belief in there that's old, it's time to shift that so that the universe can say, well, you're totally open to it. I'm going to give everything to you that you are reflecting back to me. So it's really important that we do our inner work, because it's on the limiting things. So if you ever hear anybody talk about those blocks, like too expensive, spiritual things should be for free, or I could never pay that, or I just need enough, what's going on is really in the worthiness. And so it's a projection upon others. So look at the abundance in your life that you want, and look at, really, do I really truly feel that I can receive and have it? And look at all the things that you would love that money can be a tool to help you with. So maybe you want to help pay off your child's student loan. Maybe you want to get a bigger house. Maybe you want to travel to different states, or maybe you want to get an RV and go around and just like live your life that way. I don't know, but look at what would be amazing. And what happens is, I talk about this amazing part, and then sometimes people say, well, I could never have that, or I have to stay home because of XYZ, or, well, that's being a little too selfish, and then how's it going to affect other people? If you're saying those limiting beliefs, then the universe is like, yeah, so that's just not going to happen for you, because you are not truly ready to receive and accept it. So we've got to do that work, right? So that's one of the ways we unconsciously block abundance in our life. Same goes in relationships. If you want to have abundance of positive, healthy energy in a relationship or ships, we have to be open to that. Now, another thing that we do to block abundance is that we end up saying, well, I want it to be this way specifically. And so while we definitely have a hand in creating our life, we sometimes attach to the outcome too much. Like we want it to look this certain way, or we want this certain person to be this other way. And so when we're trying to control the outcome unknowingly, like we're just like, well, I just wish that this was different. When we're doing that, we're not being a true creator. We are being in a victim role. And so it's really important that you step into the creator and understand, I'm creating happiness in my life. I receive happiness in my life. And I know that the universe is going to shift and change things around me in order for that to happen. So that could mean shifting people out of your life to shift new people into your life that reflect that energy. So one of the things that we do is we say stuff and we end up being in that victim place instead of the creator place. So that's an unconscious thing that happens about what we say to ourselves. So if you've noticed the pattern here, it's what are we saying to ourselves? So the third thing that I really wanted to talk about today, and then I just want to acknowledge everybody is here, is the stuff that we put off on the back burner. And hey, like I'm raising my hand here. What are you putting off on the back burner that could actually give you more money or free up your time for abundance of happiness to spend more time with your kids or your spouse or travel? What are you putting off that you don't want to do? And so one of the things that happens is sometimes we say, yeah, that's like too much work. Like I'll have to like really focus on it, and it's trivial details and I don't feel like doing it. Even though if you got it set up in the first place, it would bring in more abundance for you. So let's talk about some of those real world examples. I end up attracting people into my Intuition Abundance Academy program that don't even know they want to start their own business until they're in it. Sometimes they already know, or they're already business owners. But that's an example of, I have to like start like paperwork, and then I have to like figure out how I'm going to do this. And then they stall and they don't actually do the things that could bring them lots of money or abundance to then replace the job that they don't love, or to help have more income in the house so that you can do XYZ or pay for somebody else's medical bills or whatever you want to do with it, right? So it's important that we not put things off on the back burner. I'm raising my hand because I truly believe that every teacher, every guide, every mentor, they go through their own stuff. It is not a place of perfection. And I'm still like, I know some things in the back burner that I need to be bringing to the forefront for myself. It's true. So I have to walk through this too. And I meet you where you are. But understanding that it's really important that what are you putting off that could bring in more abundance for you? Maybe what it is that you don't want to spend money on childcare. Now, if you're concerned about the pandemic and that, I totally get it. But I'm just giving you this real world example of paying for childcare. You're like, I don't want to pay for that because it's more of an expense. But what is that going to save you in the long run? It's going to save your energy. It's going to save your feeling more full, like my cup is full, to then when I do spend time with my children, I can truly enjoy it. This could also be paying for somebody to clean your house. This can be getting help, like outsourcing help or support. Or what are you not wanting to spend on that you know, if you really look at it, that if you spent money on this thing, whatever it is, that you will save more energy and time. So one of the big things I talk about and I teach is money is energy. And so understanding that if you're trying to save money, but you are trying to do it all yourself, then it ends up you being drained. And also it's a reflection in that monetary expenditure too. So if you could just expend the money, right? You know that you're going to save so much time or energy and money, because money is energy in the longer run, because you're going to be more fresh and helpful. I see a lot of moms not want that. And so then their mom is a business owner, and then mom is wife, and then mom is mom. And it's like, I've got to do all the things myself. Support is needed. This is an example of what am I ready to receive in my life. If I section off XYZ, maybe it's cleaning the house, maybe it's ordering a subscription service, if I can say that, in the mail for food, so you don't have to make food. Maybe it's something of that sort. What can you do in your life to then receive the abundance, like to free up your time to receive the abundance? So hopefully these tips have helped, but it's, what are you doing unknowingly? Like, what are you putting off? Maybe it's a project that you're putting off, and you know that maybe you could put it on your website and that people could buy it all the time, but you just don't want to make that project because it's going to take a little bit of upfront work. But that's unknowingly blocking the abundance that's coming in. Same if you are looking in other areas of your life too, making some investment or creating a different structure to receive in a different way. Look at what you're saying to yourself. Do you feel like you've got this worthiness going on here, or do you feel like there's something there that you're not? So I just had this post with one of my students, and I'm going to talk about her story a little bit later on in the coming weeks. But I thought it was really cool. She is in my programs, and she said, I'm just not resonating with all these like money mantras, like and affirmations. And then she's like, my bills are all paid. And then she's like, oh, well, that's because I have a money block. And so I'm thinking to myself that, I don't resonate with that money stuff. That's what happens. Like, people have this bad relationship with money, or they feel like it's evil, or they feel like it's bad. And I'll be talking to her to find out what maybe that was. But her realization was, oh, it's not. Like, I have a block. And then she manifested over $1,300 like in 3 weeks. So it was really, really amazing, where she just had this aha, oh, I've got this block because I'm resisting. And then the money came in, totally unexpected. It was really, really cool. And she's talked about how she had this really, really old laptop, and she was kind of resisting the expenditure, and she ended up manifesting over $1,300, and she ended up buying a new laptop. So it was really, really cool how it came through. But if you have not taken that free mini course, guess what? That's resisting abundance. Because if you are really ready to receive, and I'm saying, hey, here it is, then say yes, right? Allow yourself to explore some possible blocks that you have. And even if we don't cover some of the blocks that you might have in the course, at the end of the course, I'm going to tell you how you can move forward with another free thing I'm going to be doing really soon that I'll tell you about next week. And so everybody gets early access to that when you take the course. So sign up for messengerspirit.com/blocks, and you can start looking more into maybe some of the blocks that you've had, not just for money, but more so for abundance in general. And so it's important that we look at that, even though abundance often does go hand in hand with money. What's interesting is when we have abundance blocks, we end up normally having intuition blocks for those same things that we don't even know. So I'd love for you to dive into the course. Hey, Ginger and Donna, it's so good to see you. Someone else is here, but I can't see your name, but you put a little heart, so hi. And hey, Dan, good to see you too. So hopefully this has given you some insight for everybody watching the replay. I am excited to hear from you. And don't forget to take that course. And it's going to expire, so you want to make sure to get your hands on it soon. All right, I will see you all on Tuesdays. Right now, we are working on our abundance. And then on Thursdays, we're working more on our intuition and looking at our spirit helpers and possibly some life purpose in there. Stay tuned to your inbox. If you're not in my on my email list, we've got some special announcements coming out starting next week. And so you want to make sure that you are checking your email so you can take part in some free stuff that I've got coming out. All right, I hope you have a great day. Bye.